There's an old adaptation to a Shakespearean quotation which reads, "All the world is a stage and sales professionals play to the most discriminating audiences of all, their customers." How many of you would agree that's true? Sure, but why do you think that's so? Well, consider this, they are truly the only audience who ever gets to pay after your performance, right? Everybody else has to pay in advance. And people are determining whether or not they like you within a very short period of time based on the way that you speak and present. For example, anytime you make a warm call, an introduction call, a prospecting call, you've got approximately 37 seconds to make an impression. 37 seconds, that's not a whole heck of a lot of time. Now, whenever you're on a one-on-one presentation with, let's say, Mr. and Mrs. Jones, you've got a maximum overall of 5.3 minutes to make an impression. That's not a whole heck of a lot of time either. It gets worse, gang. Typically, a woman will determine whether or not she likes you in about 17 seconds. Have any of you gentlemen ever dated one of these women? Men are very generous. They give you a little bit more time. They give you about 35 to 40 seconds. So what are we saying here? Right, we're saying that men are slow. No, I'm just teasing. I'm not going to do any man bashing, although that's always fun. All kidding aside, this probably won't come as much of a surprise to you, but a woman is more likely to change her mind about whether or not she likes you in that first 5.3 minutes than a man will be. Men are pretty steadfast on their gut reactions, their first impressions, which really does explain why they take a little bit longer. We have differences in the way that we speak, the way that we communicate, the way that we emphasize or highlight different elements of a presentation or a speech, if you will. But what does all of this really tell us? It tells us, unfortunately, the majority of the time people are determining whether or not they like us, and initially it has absolutely nothing to do with your professional knowledge. Now, we all know since we started taking basic business or basic selling 101 courses that people will immediately begin to evaluate your professional credibility within the first 7 seconds that you walk through a door based on what? Your dress, absolutely. But believe it or not, immediately following that, every single element is based on or tied to your public speaking and presentation skills. Are you